Hi there, it's Kevin with Deckbuilder.com here with a little bit of an update video on the channel and where I want to be going in the near future with it. Many of you may know this. This is the website that hardly ever gets updated. And so I'm going to be doing something about that. I'm going to be taking a class on WordPress. Well, not a class, internet. I'll just find some tutorials on the internet on how to actually work this WordPress. And I'm going to actually start doing articles alongside all of my videos. That way you can kind of have like a whole, more than just the video, a whole visual, a whole compiled article about how to use the deck. The deck list will be included in the articles. That way you won't have to just type them out yourself or whatever. Just go through my deck text and have to figure out the deck list. It'll be right there, ready to be copy and pasted and whatnot. And I'm gonna have we do have the software. Big shout out to Ian, my web guy, that he actually did build some software to where we can actually compile deck lists now, which also means that Rogue Deck of the Month will be coming back in Born of the Gods. I apologize, huge apology for all the people that submitted the Rogue Deck of the Month. We had over 100 submissions, and it was around Christmas, and I got incredibly busy, and then some other junk popped up in my life, and I did not have the time to actually sit down and make that contest come into fruition. So this time around, I promise you, I will make it work. And now we have the ability to actually host it here on Rogue Deck Builder. And so therefore it'll be a lot easier just to have all the decks compiled on Rogue Deck Builder. We're gonna have a way you can actually vote on the decks, you can comment on the decks, and then I'm gonna be trying to actually incorporate them into the daily brews as well. I haven't forgot about the daily brews. I just thought that since Born of the Gods is coming out, it's pointless to be putting standard decks that are just going to be outdated in a week once the MTGO releases Born of the Gods. So I will be doing a daily brew every day on the YouTube channel. Again, the daily brew is not to be taken too seriously. It's more of kind of my experimentation, my musing with decks, so to speak. So I'm just going to take a deck idea and go through the entire process of actually building a deck. So anyway, so we have some pretty cool things coming up with the YouTube channel and the RogueDeckBuilder.com channel and just the Rogue Deck Builder in general. I'm going to try to be adding some other personalities to the site. I've had some guests on before, and I can continue to do that. So if you want to give making videos or articles a shot, let me know. Kevin at RogueDeckBuilder.com or RogueDeckBuilder@gmail.com. Either one of those will email me directly, and we'll try to get you spotlighted. I'm going to make a community page here. The community is going to have all the authors, a little bit about this whole website is going to be updated, so it should look nicer, should have a lot more features and whatnot. So hold me accountable to that. So if I get lazy again, tell me to quit playing Dota 2 and focus on making the website and the community better. So again, I'm going to be trying to do some collaborations with some other bigger channels. Magic Man Sam and I are pretty tight, so I'm going to be doing some things with him and probably New Law Student and some other people that in the past or MTG Lion is now what he goes by, and some other people that I've worked with in the past. So yeah, financial videos will be coming up again. Again, I apologize for being silent in the past couple months. Life has been extremely busy, so I'm going to try to dedicate more time back to the Rogue Deck Builder. So if you have any suggestions for what you want to see, please don't hesitate to let me know what you like about Rogue Deck Builder, what you don't like about Rogue Deck Builder, anything that I can improve on. I am all ears. Also, come join the Facebook page. That seems to be the easiest way to communicate with the fans is Facebook. I know some of you don't like Facebook. I personally think that Facebook's great. It's a very easy way to communicate. It's very streamlined. Anyway, I'm going to try to make the people have suggested forums. I'm not big on forums myself because that's just, the reason why I like Facebook is it's just one place that I can go and get all my social media and whatever out of the way. I mean, I do use Twitter a little bit, but usually Twitter's just automated. I just click on the little Twitter button that says tweet this post and it tweets it. So I'm going to start trying to use Twitter a little bit more too and add more people and actually communicate more on there. So we're getting serious here, I guess. So expect changes in RogueDeckBuilder.com. It's not just going to be a dead page. I'm going to add to it and whatnot. So speaking of which, we have a huge announcement as well to make. There's 2 new Playmats that I'm taking pre-orders on. These will probably be available in March, but you can go ahead and order them right now. They are a limited run. For now, there's only going to be, I believe, 15 of each of these. So it's going to be a total of 30 Playmats. So I'm going to do probably 15 of the rat and 15 of the Viking. This Viking here, I'll click on some of these here. Let's see. This one right here. This one is the Gone Rogue Morton style. If anyone remembers Morton, Morton's my right-hand man. He is from Denmark, and he's been with the channel since the beginning. He's posted a lot of stuff. Again, if you don't have Facebook, you probably don't know Morton. Morton writes a lot of little Facebook articles. He had a pretty sweet brew with Liliana, and it was a Life in the Loam deck, I believe. I'll have to go check it out. It's a really cool deck. Again, this stuff will be on roguedeckbuilder.com, but with the banning of Deathrite Shaman, it makes the deck a little bit weaker because he did try to get out that second turn Liliana. But the whole thing was he used the Changeling inverse, Nameless Inverse, is that Nameless Inversion? I think that's what it's called, where it gives -3 to... but it's a Changeling spell, so you can actually get it back from your graveyard with the Zombie Knight guide that lets you cast night cards from your graveyard, and since that is a Changeling spell, it is considered a night card, and you can just machine gun down all their creatures. Anyway, I'll have Morton explain that sometimes. I'm trying to get Morton to do some videos and whatnot. He's a great deck builder. He's helped me test in the past. So this playmat was dedicated to him, to my Danish fans as well. So this is the YouTube. I got just the YouTube little text here. I hope you guys don't mind the text. I try to make it as non-gaudy as possible, but I do want the Gone Rogue kind of slogan out on the playmat. So for all you Danish fans, or if you just like Vikings and a tattered Danish flag, this one's for you. So I love this mat. Again, this is by Nate Slover. He does the Cardboard Magic blog, and he also does amazing art. So you can go check out his work. I'll have links in the description where to check out his work. And I've even asked some people have asked me about the art. Nate does do custom art. I don't know his rates. You'll have to get with him. But I mean, he is a great artist. I absolutely love his style. And I'm going to try to switch it up, though. I know that Nate has a very niche style of artwork. I have another artist that's working on a few other designs. We have a large playmat that's going to be coming out for a video series that will be available, as well as a few other artwork pieces that my other artist is going to be doing. So anyway, that's the first one. That is the Viking. And this one is the Assassin Rat, I guess is what you'd call it. And again, I hope you don't mind the text here. I just decided to put a little Gone Rogue on the bricks here and roguedeckbuilder.com at the bottom. So anyway, I just like to get the name out on the playmats. I'm sure if you don't want those, I can definitely, we can figure something out to getting rid of the text on there if you want a mat that doesn't have that. But anyway, this one is pretty cool as well. I love this mat. This mat is really, really well done. So this is the Assassin Rat playmat. Again, these will be a limited run for now, and I'm sure I'll do another run later on, but I believe I'm going to be having 15 of each of these. So definitely accepting your pre-orders, first come, first serve, and whatnot. So again, that's basically just a little bit of update. I think I'm going to do a video. There was a little post on my Facebook about nerd culture, I guess, or what they call it, Gamers Guilt, where if we've ever experienced any sort of guilt being a gamer, I myself, I know, like, in my family, I come from a very sports-oriented family and a very sports-oriented culture. I come from a small town as well, where everyone here celebrates any achievement in sports. Like, if the high school baseball team takes region, it's a big deal. Whereas a little 2A school, and 2A, if people are international, it goes 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A. So 2A is about as small as you can get. I think my graduating class only had 120 people in it, so you can see how small my school is. But man, do they make a big deal about little teeny achievements. And as a gamer, for me, it's everyone always tells me to get a real job. Everyone tells me to, grow up, quit playing a child's game, quit, when am I going to get serious with life? But it's kind of sad if I was an Olympian, if I was like a sports person, or even just an amateur sports person, if I was just good at a sport, I'm sure people would not be discouraging me from spending time on that sport. See, I am into sports too. I do help coach the high school swim team here, and there's a lot of effort being put into that, and the kids put a ton of effort into it, and it's celebrated. And as a gamer, it's just any sort of effort into a game is considered wasting time, especially in my culture, which I think is a little bit sad. I wrote a paper clear back in the day. This was when StarCraft 1 was big, and I wrote a paper for my college English class about the how the geek culture is kind of frowned upon, but not in Korea. How Korea they are like rock stars there. And I compared, there was Gurr at the time and Slayer's Boxer. Those were the two. I think Gurr was the first professional gamer to ever make $100,000 in a video game, which was StarCraft. It was a big StarCraft tournament he won, and it was a $100,000 prize. And then Slayer's Boxer, I do believe, is like I would say is one of the very first gamer celebrities. Korea worshipped the guy. So I kind of contrasted the two cultures where people were constantly telling Gurr to get a job. You know, he'd made $100,000 in StarCraft, and they still told him, you know, to grow up and get a real job. Whereas Slayer's Boxer was living the rock star life in Korea. So I don't know, that'd be kind of cool to hear your stories about gamer guilt, about how people have kind of berated or belittled you for your game. Again, I am a very athletic person too. I've actually competed pretty high up in certain sports. I mean, never to the, you know, level that I'd ever get paid for. But so I know the praise that I've received for that sort of, and even if like if you know a musical instrument or even debate, when I was on the debate team, that was still considered like a good venture. But anyone I talk to about, you know, I'm not saying I'm the biggest YouTube channel ever, but if I had a sports channel that had 7,000 subscribers and almost 1 million views, I'm sure people are like, whoa, that's awesome, that's so great, go you. But since I run a gaming channel, it's like none of my relatives want to talk about that. It's always like, oh, that weird Kevin playing his little child's game. You know, they just look at me and kind of roll their eyes. So it's kind of funny. So anyway, I just want to hear your guys' responses to that and our pretty lame culture here in the United States that looks down on gamers. Anywho, how was your Born of the Gods pre-release? Mine were fun. I won one pre-release. It was a small one, and it went 4-2 at the main one. So Born of the Gods is pretty fun. When with Theros, we tried to triple Born of the Gods draft. Oh wow, most horrible draft ever. Do not triple Born of the Gods. You will be killing each other with 2/4 vanilla creatures. There's just not enough creatures in Born of the Gods to actually make a deck. There's just way too many spells and just completely useless spells, and you have a lot of junk. Anyway, that was my experience with triple Born of the Gods. Again, let me know what you'd like to see on Rogue Deck Builder. We can do a lot of other things that I haven't even tapped into yet. I'm not a big fan of like pack openings and product openings and whatnot. We are going to be trying to get a studio at the local game store that I am a part of, so I'm probably going to be selling cards soon as well. I'm going to try to take some, I still have to run this by the store, but if we can actually set aside like a couple grand worth of cards, and these will be good cards. They'll be usually like Commander, modern legacy staples. I'm probably hesitant on standard staples because our current pool of players actually plays a lot of standard. The other formats are pretty ignored here in where I live. So anyway, I'm going to run that by them, see if we can actually get a studio funded, and if that's the case, we're going to start doing live shows. Well, one of the shows that I'm going to be doing is Johnny versus Spike, and it will be showing a rogue deck versus a net deck. I've got a player here that is a very good Spike player, and we'll just go through the interactions, and we're going to try to make it a little bit comedic. I don't know. We'll see how it works, but that's one of the episodes that is up and coming. And again, we're going to bring back the Rogue Market. The Rogue Market, yes, is coming back. There will be a video out for Rogue Market, but we're going to bring back the Rogue Deck of the Month, and I'm going to stick with it, and I'm going to do a good job, and it's going to be amazing, right? And so thanks again for your encouragement. Again, these playmats, all the proceeds of the playmat always go towards the community and getting a better website, getting a better software and whatnot. That was awesome of you guys to help fund this computer. This computer is so fast. It has cut down my time of rendering videos probably like 75%. It takes me 1/4 of the time that it used to. I would even say even more. It probably takes me 1/8 of the time that it used to in my old clunky computer. So now that goes a lot quicker. Now I just need to get the internet fixed. My problem in rural Utah is I cannot get more than 2 megs up. There's not even any place that offers higher than 2 megs up. And I know that Twitch, that's a little bit iffy to be twitching on 2 megs up. So I'm going to try Twitch out. I've got like 100,000 requests. Well, that's a bit of a stretch, but I've had a ton of requests to Twitch. and I really want to, but last time I tried to Twitch, my internet connection could not handle it. So I'm going to be trying to do that. So again, thanks for everything. Feel free to comment in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, share this with your friends. Let's just see if we can hit a million views as quickly as possible. This has been Kevin with RogueDeckbuilder.com. Thanks for watching.